I love Batman the Animated Series. There are lots of reasons why, but two of the biggest are Joker and Harley. Widely regarded as the best interpretation of the character, Mark Hamill's Mr. J was genuinely funny, genuinely mean, and genuinely dangerous. Harley was created for the show, but I think it was also her finest hour. There was still some innocence and vulnerability in her that's been missing in more recent interpretations. Kotobukiya, makers of many a fine DC product, are once again paying homage to the animated series with the new Joker and Harley ARTFX Plus statues. These excellent pieces are great tributes, capturing Bruce Timm's designs quite well, with some slight modification. They're sold separately, but each one comes with some extra pieces for the other, so you may as well plan to get both. Joker is a bit more svelte than he was on the show, but other than that, he's a dead ringer for the Mr. J we know and love. I like the paint application on his suit, a definite improvement over the approach taken with Koto's animated Batman from a few years ago. The pose is wonderful, with Joker's hips thrust forward, his spine bent, and one hand at his hip. The other arm is meant to hold the tip of his Tommy gun, and while it does, it can be a bit fiddly getting it to stand. Once you do, it looks great, but if you have a house full of stomping, jumping kids like I do, you're probably going to want to get the spare arm and hands that come with Harley and use them instead. They don't have to hold anything up, and they actually look quite excellent besides. All of the heads, those in the box with Joker and the extras that come with Harley, are fabulous as well. Harley. Okay, so like her puddin', Harley is a little bit different in form than she is on the show. She still looks largely like herself, but Koto elected to make some exaggerations and add some greater detail to her chest and her backside. Now, I know that she's generally sexed up a bit in most of her recent interpretations, but I wish they'd left her alone here. The statue doesn't look quite as exaggerated to the eye as it does in Koto's official pictures, but it's still noticeable. But with that out of the way, the statue is otherwise excellent. The faces, those included and those that come with Joker, are just perfect, capturing many of the vivid emotions we've seen on Harley in the show. Her pose, looking back over her shoulder, is great all by itself, but when displayed with Joker, it just helps tell a very entertaining little story of these two's highly dysfunctional relationship. Overall, both of these ARTFX Plus statues are an excellent tribute to Batman the Animated Series in general, and to two of its most prominent characters specifically. Each statue is great on its own, but if you can afford the roughly $120 retail for both, you should scoop them up. The bonus pieces are great, of course, but these two really come alive when they're together.